Don't cry. Don't cry yet. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, all right. How you guys doing? All right. Everybody ready? Everybody settled in? Let's get settled, man. All right. Good evening, graduates, families, friends, colleagues, and honored guests. My name is Javante Walters, and this is Candace McWilliams. Yeah. So today we are gathered to celebrate the achievements, hard work, and dedication of our graduates as they mark this significant milestone in their lives. Together we will serve as your masters of ceremonies this evening. If you have not already done so, please silence all electronic devices. Graduates, you may be seated. Y'all ready? It is an honor to stand here before you. Graduation is not just a culmination of years of hard work, but it is also a beginning, a stepping stone towards new opportunities, challenges, and adventures. So tonight, we celebrate you.
Welcome once again to the Capitol High graduation. Javante and I promise to keep the ceremony. Welcome once again to the Capitol High graduation. Javante and I promise to keep the ceremony moving along in an orderly fashion. We would like to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests, faculty members, and all those who have supported our graduates throughout their academic journey. Your guidance, encouragement, and unwavering support has played an integral role in shaping the success of our graduates, and for that, we are truly grateful. Please welcome to the stage Mrs. Jessie Loeb, who passionately works with our parents and students.
Good evening to all MMSD, Capitol High graduates, families, staff, and community members. At Capitol, I am known as Miss Jessie. For almost 8 years, I have been honored to teach our young mothers and prepare them for childbirth and life as a new parent. This year, we all came together in a new Capitol High building and joined a new family, the Capitol family. Alongside the partnership with Reach Dane and its attentive, professional, and loving We Start staff, our young families have had the opportunity to thrive and continue their education while becoming new parents. The wonderful daycare staff known as the We Start staff, our students and I could not have experienced such wonderful success without the unrelenting support of every staff member and student at Capitol. I have learned so much from our young mothers. The courage and tenderness with which they approach layers of challenges has been a wonder to observe, and I'm always, always in awe of them. I have truly loved teaching and getting to know all of our graduates over this entire school year. They are brilliant, they are funny, and they're unique in every way possible. I would be remiss if I did not say that the footprints and stories that belong to these graduates make us as educators better people if and when we really listen to them. Thank you all for being such incredible role models for our newborn and possibly future Royals. Congratulations, class of 2024. I'm really proud of all of you.
Thank you, Ms. Jessie, for your kind words. Next, please welcome Mr. Chukwu Debe to the stage.
Thank you. All right, I need y'all to bear with me. I wrote my comments down because if not, we'd be here a while, so just bear with me, okay? If you see me throw the paper away, get nervous, all right? So ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, parents, okay, most importantly, the illustrious graduating class of Capitol High 2024. It's an honor and privilege to stand before you in order to celebrate this monumental milestone in our lives. As we gather here for the moment of reflection, it's hard not to be overwhelmed by a myriad of emotions. From the excitement that lies ahead to the nostalgia for the memories we leave behind. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work, perseverance, and dedication. We look at the journey for when most of us first stepped foot into one of our 3 Capitol sites last year and before that, okay, to the excitement that we all felt moving into the new building, 3802 Regent Street. We have laughed together, cried together, and grown together, forming bonds that should last the test of time. Yet, as we stand on the precipice of the future, it's essential to remember that this is not the end, but merely a beginning of a new chapter in our lives. As we step out into the world, we carry with us the lessons learned within the walls of Capitol High, lessons of resilience, empathy, and compassion. In a world that can often feel divided, it's our responsibility as graduates to be the change that we hope to see in others, whether it's advocating for social justice, promoting environmental sustainability, or simply lending a helping hand to those in need. Each of us have the power to do so and make a difference in our communities and beyond. But achieving our dreams won't come without challenges. There'll be setbacks, failures, and doubt along the way. Yet it's during these times that we must remember the words of Winston Churchill. Had to get a little education on you all, okay? Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So as we embark on the next chapter of our lives, let us do so with courage, determination, and an unwavering belief in ourselves. Let us embrace the unknown, okay, the challenges that may meet us around the corner, knowing that each obstacle we face is an opportunity for growth and discovery. And as we part ways and pursue our individual paths, let us never forget the bonds that unite us as members of the Capitol High family. No matter where life may take us, we will always carry with us the memories of our time spent together and the friendship forged along the way. In closing, I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations, okay, for those that know me know I really mean it, to each and every one of you. May your futures be filled with endless possibilities, and may you always remember the strength and resilience that lies within you. Class of 2024, go forth and conquer the world. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. C. At this time, we welcome our student speakers, Monica Alford and Randall Jeffries.
Hi, baby girl. Take the stage. Okay. Don't do that. Y'all know I'm short. Okay, hello. How y'all doing? Okay. I'm glad to say my time at Capitol has been exceptional. I'm here due to the birth of my daughter, the amazing daycare, and the parenting program. I'm honestly sad that I have to graduate and leave this school. I'm going to miss the babies. I'm going to miss my other baby mamas. And also, I'm going to miss Miss Jessie and Marianne. Okay. As I move on to college and whatnot, I hope that Capitol keeps the parenting program as it's amazing for all teen parents. Here at Capital, they really care and they push us parents to do our best. The last thing I'm going to say is do amazing things with your lives. What happens after this is all up to you. Thank you.
Okay. First of all, I'm so out of breath. Hold on. Whew, these heels is killing me. Y'all help me with this. Hi, Capital High. Students, staff, and family. My name is Monica. And we're here to celebrate our 2024 graduates. Even though it gets hard towards the end, we still made it. Parents, you guys are looking at a generation of go-getters. It's 2024, times have changed, and life starts now. So are you guys ready? Because after this, we don't really have a choice, so no more Capital High. But yeah, congratulations. I miss you guys. Bye. I don't know.
Thank you, ladies, for the thoughtful words. Next to the stage is a huge piece of glue for Capital High, and a thorn in my side, Miss Tanisha Milligan, who will introduce our guest speaker, and our Honorable Reverend Everett Mitchell.
The Honorable Reverend Everett Mitchell is a fierce advocate for education and equity. Judge Mitchell was elected to the Dane County Circuit Court and presides over the Juvenile Division in Branch 4. As a juvenile court judge, he hears cases involving family reunification, juvenile delinquency, and other civil and criminal proceedings. Judge Mitchell also oversees the Dane County High Risk Drug Court Program. He believes passionately in the potential of children and communities to transform their trauma stories. Judge Mitchell holds a Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics and Religion from Morehouse College, Master of Divinity and Master of Theology from Princeton Theological Seminary, and a Juris Doctorate from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He is married to the love of his life, Dr. Manka Zama Mitchell. They have 2 children, Sydney and Braylon Mitchell. Please welcome to the stage, Honorable Reverend Mitchell.
I want to thank you all so much for the opportunity. Can y'all hear me now? I want to thank you all for the opportunity to be here. Let's give it up for the class of 2024. Man, y'all look delicious. Y'all look wonderful. And class of 2024, I want to thank y'all for bringing in your family members who have brought in the herbal essence such that I am very hungry right now. So thank you. That you too? Yeah, yes. Amen. Praise God. All right. I asked the question, what should I share with you about in celebration of your journey today? And one thing that Victor told me he wanted me to share is to share a little bit about my story and about why I am a judge and why I chose to be a judge, and hopefully impart some encouragement and wisdom to you. You know, when people see the resume, people assume things about you. They see you as a judge, and so they assume you came from a life that was easy, 2 parents, everything was working good for you, that you had everything worked out for you. But all I continue to tell people is I don't look like what I've been through. And what I have been through is a reconstruction of sorts of what it means to become a black man in a world where they've already assigned who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be in life. And so an old man gave me this quote one day. He said to me, he said, Everett, do not follow the path that you have been given. Instead, go to where there is no path and leave a trail. Think about that. When I was about your age, I was getting ready to graduate from high school, and I was a senior, and I couldn't read. I couldn't read because I had spent over 12 years trying to save my sister from a man who was abusing her, and we couldn't find no help to get us out the house. And it was a high school teacher, Miss Amy Love, for the first time when I was in class crying, saying, "Everett, what's wrong with you?" I said, "Listen, I've been fighting this fight for 12 years, and they just put me out the house, and I need some help." And she was the first person in 12 years to call CPS as a graduating senior to split our family apart. But because I couldn't read, I went to college for the first time. They said I was a good student. Listen, I had a job bagging groceries. Y'all don't know nothing about that up in Wisconsin. But in Texas, you could bag groceries, and you could go find little old white ladies and take their groceries to the car, and they would give you money to do that. That's called a hustle, right? Before that was DoorDash, I was DoorDash. That's what I was. I was DoorCar. That's what I was. And so I thought that's what I was going to do. I was going to make an assistant manager. And when that woman called me from that small school at Jarvis, she said, "Everett, we heard you're a good student. Why don't you come try college?" I said, "No, nobody in my family had ever been to college. I got a job bagging groceries. I'll be an assistant manager in 6 months." She said, "Well, Everett, why don't you come do this? Why don't you come try college? And if it don't work out, you can always go back to bagging groceries." I said, "You know what? That make a lot of damn sense. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go try college." But because I couldn't read, y'all, I failed everything. And so I was putting on my backpack, getting ready to go back, take up my job bagging groceries, when two teachers, Miss Daisy Wilson and Miss Margaret Bell, pulled me to the side and said, "Everett, you're a diamond in the rough, and we don't want to see you give up on your dream of a college education." And at the age of 18 years old, those women taught me how to read. They taught me how to read, how to open a book, how to study. Thank you, young man. And you know what I did? Every night I went deep. Some of the old folks know what I'm about to say. I took my boom box with my D batteries, and my mixtape. And I went to the library every night, and I studied from 5 to 10 p.m. every night. Every night. And I went from making a 1.4 to a 4.0, right? So that's when you see me transferring from a small school to make it to Morehouse College. And when I got to Morehouse in Atlanta, Georgia, it was like my life started all over again. I ended up homeless, and I'll never forget that woman telling me one day. She said, "If you couldn't have afforded this college, you shouldn't have came." Lord, they were some haters even then, I tell you. But I told that woman, I may not have a lot of money, but what I have is a determination to give my family something that they've never had before. Somebody who can sit down and say, "I graduated, I fought, and I'm going to give my cousins something that they can be able to say, all of us as Mitchells, we can do. So you know what? Take the money, put it on my tuition, and I'm going to be homeless." And I was homeless, y'all, in Atlanta, Georgia. And I had all my stuff living in my car. But a friend that I had met at the small school at Jarvis had come to Atlanta as a youth pastor. And his pastor said to him, he said, "Hey, man, we got this parsonage. Why don't y'all live in that little house?" And I went from living in my car to living in a little house, and I slept on the pallet. You ain't been poor or broke if you don't know what a pallet is. Hello, somebody. If you know what a pallet is, amen. We all know what that means. That means you didn't have no bed. That means you didn't have no pillow. All you had was some comforters. Hello, somebody. And I finished my education, and I went from being homeless at college to graduating as a top religion senior in my department. You can't tell me God can't do what's impossible, right? So that gave me a chance to go to the Ivy League, to go to Princeton, and went to Princeton, and then eventually made my way here to Cole, Wisconsin. I was trying to find a place. That was white, and I found it. I found it in Wisconsin. I found it. But when I moved to Wisconsin, I had a degree from Morehouse, 2 from Princeton. I was telling myself, surely I should be able to get a job, and I couldn't find one. I was delivering pizzas. And I remember walking into the place talking to a lady about restorative justice. And she was talking about men and women coming out of prison and how they were struggling. And I said, you know what? I've never done work like that, but I'm looking forward to the opportunity to helping those brothers and sisters coming out. And so I wrote a program I wrote a program to help men and women. And we saw men and women, they were going back in and out, coming in and out. And I listened to my clients and I said, what do y'all need? They said, man, we need a place to live. I said, that sounds like residence. They said, we need education. That says like an E. We need support. That sounds like an S. They said, we need treatment. That sounds like a T. I said, all right, let's find rest. We need everybody to have a residence, employment, support, treatment, transportation. And that's what we set up a program, and I saw the success of men and women that people had thrown away being able to come back into the community and be successful. And so I saw all of my clients being treated disrespectfully. And then a young boy in our community, and I said to myself, well, I bet you if I could go to law school, they wouldn't treat my clients like that. There was no Mitchell in law school, but I decided I'm broke. Let me go grab this LSAT book. Them teachers taught me how to read. Let me get ready to do this. And I studied the LSAT, and I went and talked to the law school, and I said, would you like a student like me? I think if I got that legal education, I can put it to use to help somebody else out. And I studied hard, and I got in. I lost my housing. I was homeless. And look at y'all, like y'all had them little babies. I was in school with a 2-year-old child. And I said, Lord, there's got to be something better than this. But I got into law school and I succeeded and I graduated. I was a prosecutor. And then one day I was working at the university and a young man by the Tony Robinson got killed in the community. And I remember when Tony was killed and the Young Gifted and Black, we were organizing around police violence and we were protesting in the streets and we were shutting down streets and we were protesting and we were just trying to get people to wake up because it seemed like everybody was asleep. And I remember Tony getting killed and they needed somebody to come represent them as a lawyer. And I went down to the courthouse and I went to his friends and I'm saying to the police, listen, they called me as their lawyer. They wouldn't let me in. I said, no, I'm their lawyer. Anybody done seen Law and Order know that when they ask for a lawyer, you're supposed to give them one. And I said that I need to be there. They wouldn't let me in and I wasn't going to stop. And I wasn't going to stop pushing. I wasn't going to stop fighting. And I wasn't going to stop. But I said to myself, why am I so passionate? Why am I so angry? Because I've always believed that somebody has to take the risk to fight for people who cannot fight for themselves. So I took it upon myself to continue to fight. And I remember going to court with all these young boys I was helping out with these cases, taking their cases for free. And I saw that there was no person of color as a judge here. And so just like I did with Jarvis, just like I did with Morehouse, just like I did with law school, I said, you know what? I got my 5 years. I'm going to run to become a judge. And you know what they said to me when I decided to run for judge? They said, you too young. Your people don't vote. You ain't got enough money and you don't have a true path to succeed. I can't tell y'all, when I put that black robe on, I was like, oh, y'all can go straight to. Yes. And you want to know what all my haters got to call me when they come in my courtroom? Your Honor. Yes, they do, Your Honor. I share that with you because I want you from Capitol High as you graduate. I want you to graduate not with a deficit. I want you to graduate with an understanding that your life is full of opportunities. There's going to be a whole lot of people who may try to get, man, life is crazy. Life be lifing. Struggles are real. But let me give you these 3 things and I'll take my seat. 1, prioritize healing yourself. Heal yourself. Listen, you cannot change whatever happened to you, but you can change what comes in front of you. Did y'all hear me? Listen, I didn't grow up with my father. I didn't know who my father was. I didn't meet my father till I was in my 20s, and then he died on me soon after. But you know what I committed myself to doing? I said, I may not have grew up with my father, but I'm going to be the best father I can be. Right? So my children know my name. They know who I am. Listen, I was a single dad braiding hair for a while. Got married to love of my life, Monica, in law school, and we joined, had a son, and I'm loving my son. I'm loving on him, hugging on him, telling how much I love him, how much I believe in him. I never got it, but I said to myself, if God ever blessed me with it, I'm going to make sure that they know who I am. Ain't going to be no absent daddy, no. because I am not going to pass on to another generation what somebody passed on to me, right? So heal yourself. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. And when you get done, send your parents to therapy too, all right? And all your uncles and all them, all y'all need to go. Everybody go to therapy. But not only do you need to heal yourself, I want you to understand this is a big thing. Find something that you're passionate about. Listen, I ain't talking about passionate like, hey, I'm just waking up every day. No, find something that you want to fight for, that you will give your life for. Find something that you don't even care if you get paid or not. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, I like getting paid. I like my money, like my house, like my clothes, like my shoes. But you know what? I remember what it was like when I had none of that. And I never forget where I come from. Never forget where you come from. And the more that you remember that, the more humility you bring, it will give you more gratitude for your next level. Fight for people who can't fight for themselves. Give your voice, give your knowledge, give your education, give your passion, give your desire to make sure that this world is a better place. I'm getting too old to keep fighting now. It's time for some of y'all to pick that mantle up and do it for yourselves. Last story is this. One day I was in court and I had this kid, right? This kid, man, he was all over the place. He was fighting the deputies, and this boy was only like 5'2". But they were treating this boy like he was a terrorist or something, right? And he was a young black boy, and he came into my courtroom, and I said to him, hey, man, why you acting like this? Don't you know what's going to happen to you if you keep acting like this? And he said, I don't care. Nobody's cared about me. Nobody cares about who I am. And I said, you are lucky enough to have fell into the courtroom with somebody who loves you no matter what. And I said, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. Every day, I want you to take this fidget spinner. I went to Walgreens and I bought him a fidget spinner before we came into court. And I said, every time you get angry, I want you to hit this fidget spinner. And I want you to hit it every time you get angry. Rather than reacting, hit that fidget spinner, and then we're going to come back to court next week. And I need you to help me prove to them people that you are more than what they think they are. All right? I need your help. I need your help to prove me. I need your help to do this. I'm on the bench begging this boy. And I'm thinking in my head, I don't know, but I'm going to let him know I love him enough and I believe in him enough to trust him with this at this moment. So the next week he came back to court. No reports had been made. But he gave me the fidget spinner. He brought it up to me, and it was broken. And I said, how in the world did you break a fidget spinner? You said every time I get angry, hit it. And I got angry, so I kept hitting it. But the more I hit it, I didn't hit them. I said, that's what I'm talking about. But because I played chess, not checkers, I had him another fidget spinner in my back pocket. I said, here go your next one. And he'd wait for the next week and he didn't do nothing. And then the next week he didn't do nothing. And then the next week he didn't do nothing. And you know what I told everybody? I said, you continually make me believe that these young people need to go to prison, that they need to be locked up, that need to be handcuffed, that they need to be put inside or be put away, and they don't deserve the inkling of the remorse and the joy that we need to give them. But I'm showing you right now that if we believe in them, that if we trust in them, that if we feed them with a sense of dignity and pride and treat them like you are the precious vessels that you truly are, then maybe at the end of the day, what will be broken is not the system. What will be broken is their belief that you're not good enough to survive. I carry this bowl with me everywhere I go. You know why? This bowl is a Japanese art called kintsugi. Kintsugi is the Japanese art of putting golds around the places that have been cracked. You know, sometimes when we break stuff, we like to hide where it's been broken. But the Japanese art form says, no, rather than hiding the seams, you highlight them with gold accents. so that people can appreciate the beauty of what it means to be brought back together again. There are a whole lot of people in your lives that have been broken, but you represent the next generation of the gold accents of our community, of our world. And each one of you are a piece of art. And I'm grateful that I got an opportunity to remind you of how beautiful, powerful, radiant, strong you must be in order for you to graduate from Capitol High. Y'all, let's give it up for the class of 2024.
Fix this. Thank you for leaving our students inspired for the future, Reverend Mitchell. Next, we will have the presentation of diplomas read by Aaron Beener and Marianne Mott. As a reminder, after you get your diploma, please return to your seat until all graduates have received their diplomas. At that time, your principal will confer your graduation and conclude the ceremony. We will then proceed to the reception to celebrate your accomplishments.
Just a moment. We good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Graduates, are you ready? Yeah. Okay. Monica Dion Alford.
Eli Aparicio.
Noah Beal.
Diane Betts.
Calvin Burrell.
Antonia Carlin.
Nadia Lynn Crawford.
Annalise Cruz.
Sierra Davis.
Kai Fari.
Brenda Guerra.
Marcus Guzman.
Damarian Harper.
Kalia Hayes.
Lynn Jeffries.
Kalia Rose Johns.
Makayla Johnson.
Brenda Killity.
Kylisha Little.
Anastasia Mollett.
Jonathan Miller.
Elian Nava.
Jayla Ann Remus.
Noah Francisco Rosales.
Tequan Seals.
Deontay Stamps.
Deshaun Sturkey.
Emmanuel Tepapa.
Rani Tladoa Morales.
Quan Washington.
Maya Williams.
Asia Young.
All right, I need all my graduates to stand up, please. All right, Superintendent Dr. Lisa Quistad, Associate Superintendent of High School, JFL, and MMSD Board of Education. I hereby certify that the students presented today, the Capital Class of 2024, have met all the requirements for graduation as set forth in board policy and are ready to receive their high school diplomas from the Madison Metropolitan School District. Hold on, y'all. Let me finish. I got 2 seconds. It is with great pride that I present to you the Capital High Class of 2024. Please turn your tassels to the left and congratulations. Hey, Class of 2024, truly proud of you.